first episode of the MaJ Summer Special and the 11th episode of the regular MaJ show. So Dad, what are we doing today?
We're having a salad today, Ted.
Oh, we're having a salad?
A salad, yeah.
I just spent 2 hours getting all this stuff ready. We're having a salad.
We are having a super salad. It's Super Salad Sunday. Hey everybody, it's been a little while since we've been here, but we are back. We've had some things to do over the past few weekends, but we're super excited for today.
For sure.
It's a beautiful summer day.
Yep.
It seems like we cook on beautiful summer days.
Always.
It's so lucky.
It's always so nice and sunny.
So it is a salad day. So I think we got all this stuff here that you actually have spent the last 2 hours preparing. So thank you for doing that. Well, I was able to enjoy a little bit of the outdoors and a couple of beverages. So I think let's take everyone through what we got here today.
Let's do it.
All right. All right. So salads are really fun dish to prepare, right? And there's so many different types of ways to do a salad. So we're calling ours a super salad because we've got so much going on here. We're gonna have lots of greens. We're gonna have some different textures. We got some protein. We got some fruit. We got some crunch. We've got a lot of stuff going on here. So the possibilities are absolutely endless when it comes to preparing a salad. And we're gonna not only have and make this with all these ingredients. We're also going to spend a little bit more time on our greens. I find that when you go to a restaurant and have a salad, I find sometimes the greens are too large. Mm-hmm. So we're actually going to chop the greens up a little bit finer than we would normally see in a salad, so that it actually combines really nicely with all the ingredients, and then especially the dressing that you've got planned for the salad. So why don't we go through what we got here? Let's start over here. Let's start over here. So these are all the greens here, so you can use any kind of greens that you want. We've got just a few leaves of romaine lettuce. We've washed all these. We're gonna chop them in a bit. We've got some baby spinach. We've got some Boston bib lettuce, and we've got some nice fresh kale. And what we're gonna also add in with our greens is some fresh herbs. Fresh herbs and in a salad are excellent, excellent, excellent. So we've got some fresh cilantro. We've got some flat leaf Italian parsley. We've got about I don't know, maybe a 1/4 cup of just some shredded carrot. We've got some green onion. I think I did 3 green onions there. And then we've got some sweetness, right? Sweetness is great. We've got about a 1/2 cup of blueberries. We've got about a 1/2 cup of blackberries, a cup of strawberries, a 1/4 cup of pomegranate seeds. Why not, right? And that's our fruit. I've got about a 1/4 cup of a yellow bell pepper. For a little bit of crunch, we've got some roasted sunflower seeds. That's going to be really, really great. Some chickpeas. We love chickpeas. It adds a little bit of extra fiber and just a little bit of extra hardiness. And we also have some chicken breasts. So why don't you just let everyone know how you we've got these 4 chicken breasts here. What'd you marinate them with?
So for the marinade, we just did a quick marinade. We got some oregano, some salt, some black pepper, some smoked paprika, and some olive oil. Just very quick, very easy. You can do whatever you want really, but we just made it super quick and easy.
So how are we gonna cook those chicken breasts?
So we're gonna be putting it on the grill 7 to 10 minutes on each side. Okay. And our goal for the internal temp, it's gonna be 175.
All right, so we're gonna get to that really soon because that's actually gonna be what's gonna take the longest time. All right, so very important for any salad is the dressing, right? So we've got a really, really simple dressing. It's gonna go really nice with all these flavors, all these textures, and it's just a simple lemon vinaigrette. So why don't you take everyone through what you've got here before we put it all together.
Okay, so what we have a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard. And we're just gonna combine that all. And
so we got a jar there. Why do you have a jar on the plate?
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna combine it all together, give it a big mix, and it's just gonna, like a big shake and big mix, and it's just gonna go all over the salad.
Yeah, so you can make your salad dressings in a bowl and get a whisk and stuff, which is the absolute right way to do it. But we're gonna just do it simple today. Yeah. So everything's gonna go in that mason jar. We're gonna put the lid on nice and tight. We're gonna give it a great shake. It's gonna emulsify everything, keep everything all together, and then just before we serve it, we'll drizzle it over our salad. So I think we need to get that chicken on the grill because that's what's gonna hold us up here. And I think our natives are getting hungry, so let's get to it.
Let's do it. Okay, so it's time to put our chicken on. Let's just get started. We can open up our grill. It's super hot. It's a perfect temp for our chicken, so let's just put it on real quick. Just pop it on right in the corner. Next one. And like I said before, it's going to be cooking 7 to 10 minutes on each side. And our goal for the temp is going to be 175 internal, just so we know that that chicken's going to be properly cooked. Got a little bit of flame, that's okay. Probably from the olive oil, because the olive oil gives it a little bit of flame also. Okay, so now that our chicken's on, let's get back inside and we can finish up inside.
All right, so Mateo's got the chicken on the grill. That's gonna need a few minutes. So while that is cooking, I'm gonna get some of the greens ready. So as I said earlier, you know, most times when you prepare salads, you know, people are just kind of hand, you know, breaking the leaves and stuff. And sometimes I find they get a little bit too large, right? But to each their own. We're actually going to chop some of our greens here. And the reason why is so that we can keep them a little bit smaller. Again, it's gonna combine really nicely. There'll be lots of flavor. It'll really blend in with all the different ingredients. So all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start with my kale, and I'm just going to kind of roll up each of the broadleaf, and I'm just gonna take my knife and just take it through very, very simply, just like that. All right, and get them nice and small. So you have this nice little chiffonade of kale versus some broader leaves. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through each of my different greens here. I'm gonna continue with my kale. I'm gonna do the same thing with the Boston lettuce, the romaine, the baby spinach, and yeah, and then from there we'll start to build our salad, build in these other ingredients, and then we'll be ready for our chicken. Okay, you can stop. All right, so Mateo, look, I've chopped the greens, okay? So,
Yeah.
so the baby spinach, the leaves were actually small enough, so I kind of left them whole. So that'll actually be just a few leaves that are gonna stay a little bit larger, but everything else is nice and fine here. And this is gonna be great. This is actually starting to shape up here really nicely. So I think while the leaves are there, again, we're just talking about our greens, we're gonna add in our cilantro.
Okay.
So there's about a quarter cup of cilantro there. It's flying all over the place. And then about a quarter cup of again, fresh parsley. Just the leaves, so I think you just pick the leaves off of the stems, right?
For sure.
And again, we're not gonna chop that, but that's all gonna blend in as part of our salad greens, okay? So this is really a nice base. And I think in a few minutes, we're gonna start to build in with all of these other ingredients that we have here. But I think what we should do is we should probably get the vinaigrette together.
Yeah.
So why don't you do that?
Okay. So for our vinaigrette, we're just gonna get started mixing everything together. So we got our olive oil. Be very careful when we're pouring it in.
I'll take that from you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And we got our lemon juice. Just gonna pour that in. And then we got our whole blend on our plate. So we're just gonna get started with the black pepper.
Yeah, you did pretty good there.
Trying my best just for it to not to fall. We got our minced garlic.
Oh, garlic is great. And the mustard's interesting. So there's not a lot of mustard there, and we're actually not going to taste the mustard at all. But it's just going to add a nice little zing, I think, right to this.
I think so.
I'll take that from you.
Thank you.
All right.
And now we're just going to close it up and give it a nice big mix.
All right. So make sure that that lid is on perfectly. Make sure it's not on crooked, because otherwise we'll have dressing everywhere. Be nice and tight.
We should be
Give it a good shake. All right. So I find that's a really easy way to do a dressing, right? Again, you can do it the kind of traditional way. You can do it in a blender. You can do it in a bowl with a whisk. This is pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
All right.
shaking.
So now what'll happen is that's good. That gets everything kind of together. And it's probably going to separate a little bit, but that's okay. Just before we serve it again, it's in the jar. It's got the lid. And we'll just give it another shake before we actually dress it, and it'll be good.
Okay.
All right, let's go check that chicken.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, so it's time to flip our chicken and just check it out real quick. So let's check it out. Perfect. And let's give it a real quick flip. Pick it up. Flip it. Oh, nice. Perfect timing. Perfect timing for sure. Quick flip. And that's pretty much it. Awesome. Let's go back inside. Okay, so I think the chicken's just about ready to come off the grill, and I think it's time to assemble the whole salad.
All right, well, there's no right or wrong way to do this. So now this is all about getting all these really cool ingredients into our greens. We're gonna give it a good toss. We're gonna put that really great vinaigrette that you put together. And then the chicken will come off. We're gonna slice it, we're gonna plate, and we're gonna do what we normally do, which is the best part of this whole show which is exactly. So go ahead, Mateo. Let's go. Let's put it all together.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with our fruit. So we got the blueberries, we got the carrot, and then we also got the carrots. Just grab the last little bit. Got our pomegranate seeds.
I love pomegranates.
They're always really good. We got our pepper.
Look how colorful that is. That's so cool.
It's already cut together
Really
nicely.
cool.
We got our blackberries.
Nice.
We got our green onion. And then we got our strawberries.
All right.
We got our sunflower seeds.
Give it a little bit of crunch. That's great.
And then we got our chickpeas.
All right, that's great. Look how nice that looks, Mateo. Right? That's a really nice salad. So now all we're gonna do is gonna gently just toss that. And before we put the dressing, we're just gonna toss all of this with our greens, and we had our cilantro, and we also had our parsley, right? And this is great. This is really, really great. So Mateo, I think that we're probably ready for your vinaigrette. So I think that's gonna be our next step. And then I think this is all gonna be timed really well. Chicken's gonna come off the grill. We're gonna let it just rest for a few minutes, slice it up, plate, and we're good to go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, it's time for the vinaigrette to go into the salad. So I'm just gonna give it a quick shake because it's just been sitting, and it's just been...
All right. So we have a really, really large bowl of salad here. This is gonna be our dinner for tonight. There's not a ton of dressing there, so you actually don't need to, drench your salad with dressing. A little bit goes a long way, and I think that we've got a really good quantity there. So let's just go ahead, Mateo. You can drizzle some of that right across our nice salad here. Then I'll give it a good toss.
Ooh,
it smells good. That's great.
All
right, just a nice little drizzle. All right, that's great. Great job, Mateo. That looks awesome. That looks absolutely awesome. Well done. So now this is just I'm gonna give this a really nice toss, because now we actually want to make sure that all of that dressing really gets evenly distributed throughout all of our greens and fruit and chickpeas, right? So that looks really, really good. And I think we are just about ready to grab some chicken. We're gonna slice it up, and we're gonna plate it in this bowl here and give it a taste test. I think that's fantastic, Mateo. Great job. All right, that's great.
Okay.
All right, we're ready.
We're ready.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
Me too.
Okay.
Of course.
So we do have one of the chicken breasts that we pulled off the grill. That's been resting for a few minutes. And we have our nice presentation plate, so we'll start with that. We're gonna leave the rest of it in this bowl. So I'm just gonna actually set up one of these bowls. So yeah, just really start with what we have here in our beautiful, beautiful super salad. All right.
It's a great way to start off the MaJ summer special, for sure.
I think so, Mateo. Well said, well said. All right, that looks like that's a good portion, eh? What do you think? Okay, so we've got our chicken breast here. Just make sure that our knife is nice and sharp here. All right, and all we're gonna do here, we're just gonna slice it very, very, there we go, just like that, like that. And we're just gonna put this chicken breast right on top, okay? All right, so we've done that. So we're just gonna grab all of this together and just put it right on top like that. All right, and there we have it, Mateo. There is our MaJ cooking, the first episode of our summer special, our super salad on a Sunday.
Super Salad Sunday.
Right. So why don't we move this big bowl out of the way for a sec? Let's get this a bit closer to us. Your fork, sir.
Thank you.
My fork.
Okay.
Why don't you dig in first?
Let's do it. Okay. I'm just gonna grab a piece from the side.
I'm gonna dig in too, so I'm gonna have a little piece of the chicken there.
Oh, wow.
Little blackberry, love blackberries. All right, let's see.
That's delicious.
What do you think? Pretty tasty. Super healthy. That vinaigrette is so nice and tangy. It really, really brings all of these different flavors and textures together, a little sweetness. We've got our proteins. Absolutely delicious. Well, I think that was an excellent return. We have been away for a little while. We're so happy to be back. That was a lot of fun. Great job, pal.
Thank you so
That
much.
was great.
And thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
See you next time, everybody.